Good morning. Thank you for joining us here. We have been informed that the 30-meter telescope will not be proceeding with construction at this time. So, as you all know, we're in the holidays, and so we have made a decision that we will be withdrawing our personnel so that they can enjoy the holidays with everyone else.
Can you explain to us why, in addition to just it being the holidays, there must be?
Well, I do think that we're looking at all of the resources that are currently on Mauna Kea and trying to make prudent decisions. So we've been working with the TIO, being prepared for them beginning construction, and when we were informed that they are not going to be proceeding at this time, we thought that it would be prudent to remove state personnel and start to de-escalate and return access to Mauna Kea Access Road. As you know, we have shut Mauna Kea Access Road in order to move construction equipment up, and there will not be any construction equipment moving up at this time. So we thought that it would be prudent.
When you're saying they're not proceeding, just to be clear, what does that mean? Does that mean that they're abandoning Hawaii, or are they still planning for Mauna Kea?
No, they are not abandoning Hawaii.
The governor stated that TMT is off the table. However, he contradicted himself by saying a minute later that when TMT chooses to resume construction, that the state and the county will provide them with all assistance necessary to ensure their safe passage up Mauna Kea. So the question is the TMT off the table or not off the table? What it seems like is that the TMT simply left the table to go to the bathroom, but they're coming back. We know that. They haven't left the house. And so this idea that TMT is off the table is absolutely false. It's not true. We're not going to fall for it. And we hope that all of our kāko'o, all of our kia'i, all of our hoa will not fall for that as well. The state has tried and attempted over the past 4 or 5 months or so to create this narrative that it is in fact kia'i that are obstructing access, that are blocking this road. It is in fact the kia'i that are the reason that the general public cannot access Mauna Kea. But the governor openly admitted this morning, without even being prompted, that it was, in fact, as we've been saying for 6 months, the state who shut this road down. That's why the DLNR officers were stationed at the cattle guard. And we have multiple examples and experiences that we can point to that would highlight the truth in our statement that we are not obstructing access, because nobody has come through this road and being denied access by us, except, of course, for TMT and their affiliates. However, astronomers, astrotechnicians, hale pohaku workers, Mauna Kea rangers, tourists, general public, none of them have been turned away at our tent. They've all been turned away at the state's checkpoint at the cattle guard, and the governor reaffirmed that position this morning and stated that it was in fact the state that shut down the road.
Governor, our sources are telling us that TMT has grave concerns that the state was unable to allow it to proceed. It's been 4 times that they've tried to get equipment up the Mauna since 2015. So what can you say about those concerns that the state could not provide safe access?
Certainly, I've assured them that the county and the state working together could provide safe access to the construction site. We continue to work with the project, and we will be prepared. When they are prepared to start construction, the county and the state will be prepared to provide access.
And what does that mean that TMT is not ready to proceed at this time? Why and when will they be ready to proceed?
I think you need to direct that question to TMT.
How many state personnel are guarding the access road right now?
We can get you that number. I think it's...
We actually don't disclose operational details.
I mean, we could count the vehicles.
Sure.
Does the winter have anything to do with?
Certainly, that's a big part of it, right? I mean, it is winter. We've had personnel deployed on site for all of this time. And so we definitely believe that it makes sense.
Is this a gesture toward the protesters so that maybe the kupuna won't be cold?
Well, we certainly hope that they'll, move off the mountain as well. We are working with Hawaii County to provide, reopen the road and provide access to everyone.
Governor, in your message, you had said that it is our understanding that Hawaii County will give protesters time to remove unauthorized structures and materials before undertaking its own clearance procedures. So does that mean they need to remove their things or face some sort of action from state or county?
We certainly will be working with Hawaii County to restore access to Mauna Kea access road for the general public. As you know, there are lots of activity that have been restricted during this period of time, and we are working with the county to restore public access for the many people who have accessed the summit or in the past.
So what happens if they don't remove the campsite?
We will be working with the county. The specific timeline is not determined. We are being prudent. We certainly would encourage the protesters to remove their equipment, but certainly I can't speak for them.
Hasn't the Kia'i allowed access to the mountain for astronomers?
Yes, and we intend to maintain access for astronomers, but there are other members in our community that have not been able to get access to the summit. We do hope to restore normal access to the Mauna Kea summit.
Governor, specifically, who with the county gave you assurances that they would help with some sort of clearance of the campground?
We've been working with Chief Ferrer and others, so talking with the mayor.
We want to go ahead and give an update to what Lino Kamakau, the head of the Dole Care Division of the Department of Land and Natural Resources, shared with us today. And this kind of reaffirms some more of the contradictions, the unorganization, the lack of communication between these different agencies. Because when you ask the governor, when is TMT coming back? Depending on what article you read and what report you get, you'll find two different answers from him. One is that, well, they're not coming back for 2 months, as was reported this morning in the Star Advertiser. Second is, we don't know. And then you have the media asking the governor, what kind of timeline will the Kia'i be given? He doesn't know. But then Lino Kamakau comes down here today and tells us that we have until the 26th to remove ourselves and the structures from this road. So depending on who you talk to and when you talk to them, you're going to get different answers. What we were able to gather from Officer Kamakau this morning is that as of 11 o'clock this morning, according to him, this Mauna Kea access road is open. It is open to the public. It is open to hunters. It is open to cultural practitioners. It is open to astronomers. It is open to everybody. He is asking and proposing that we remove ourselves from the road along with these structures within 1 week. And he has given us until December 26th to have this road cleared. However, what he also relayed to us is that the last time they came here and they confronted us and we had an arrest were made, that they made those arrests and they handled that situation in a very professional manner. This time, however, according to them, it will be handled very differently. Now, I'm not sure if that means unprofessionally. What we do know it means, according to Officer Kamakau, is that they will come in heavy-handed. And by heavy-handed, we mean that they would be prepared, and this was confirmed through questioning, that they would be prepared to utilize escalated types of force. And these escalated types of force include chemical dispersants, like pepper spray, like mace. These escalated uses of force could include the deployment of the LRAD, the long-range acoustic device. I'm not trying to create this idea that they want to do these things and they want to use these things, but they are openly admitting before any kind of situation arises, before seeing whether people are going to be getting arrested or not, how many people there will be, that they have already made up their mind that they will come in heavy-handed and prepared to utilize escalated types of force on peaceful, non-violent kia'i, and on kupuna. And so that's the reality of the situation. I don't think it's any different from last time for our people who are wondering, because if we look back to July, they had their batons, they had their firearms, they had their pepper spray, they had their mace, they had the LRAD, they had it all. What's different this time is that we are being told beforehand, a week perhaps beforehand, maybe even more than that they're coming in heavy-handed.
Your memo mentions a 22-week stand down. Why that time frame?
22 weeks, I'm not sure what you're referring to, so,
What memo?
yeah. I'm not certain, I don't recall a specific reference to 22 weeks stand down. We've been up on Mauna Kea since July, and certainly we believed at this point in time it made sense for us to bring our state law enforcement home. We've been working with the counties as well, so we'll be working with the county on what it means to recognize the fact that construction vehicles won't be moving at this time, and restoring public access to Mauna Kea.
Is there any idea how long the stand-on could be?
Nope.
When does the holiday period end? When will you resupply the personnel?
No, we will be working with the project to see when they would be ready to begin construction.
How much of a money issue is this?
Certainly the cost is an issue, but I think it's more about the notion that we are in the holiday season. We are making plans for how to best provide safe access to the construction site. We were informed that they would not be moving on construction at this point in time, and so we thought it'd be prudent that we give all law enforcement, state law enforcement personnel, as well as county law enforcement, the opportunity to scale back until the project is ready to move.
But did hitting that 15 million mark, because that was my understanding, is that what had been put into the budget, did that effectively mean that you couldn't proceed with the law enforcement actions? I mean, would you have had, what would have had to happen if you wanted to continue? Would you have to go back to the ledge and seek an emergency appropriation?
Certainly I think that those issues are secondary. The primary focus is the safety and security of our community, being able to enforce the law. Certainly we would find the resources that is necessary to provide access. We believe that it would make sense for us at this point in time, based on what the project had informed us, that we would bring our people home and work with the county to restore normal public access to Mauna Kea Access Road.
What are we going to do moving forward? Well, we're here today to say that our position has not changed. We remain as committed as ever to protecting Mauna Kea from further desecration through the building of the 30-meter telescope. We know that TMT is not off the table. They're not out of the house. They're not out of Hawaii. They continue to intend to build their telescope on our Mauna. And as we have said from day one, we've been consistent in this messaging, and we will continue to be consistent in it. We will be here as long as it takes. We will be here until we know that Mauna Kea is safe from further desecration through the building of the 30-meter telescope. And until we hear with our own ears or read with our own eyes that TMT has made a decision to leave Hawaii and to go somewhere else in this world or in this galaxy, we will be here. As kupa'a as ever, as committed as ever to protecting Mauna Kea, and in kapua aloha, as we have been from day one, as we have been from 2015, as we have been from 2014, as we have been since 1893 in the overthrow of Lili'uokalani. We will continue to remain in kapua aloha. And so now that this road is open, we are here saying, again, as from the very beginning, our goal is to stop TMT construction. That's our goal. That's our only goal. And so for vehicles, for the general public who wish to now access Mauna Kea because the road is open, we will not obstruct you. In fact, we have already made, if we can maybe clear up this space a little bit, we have already made changes to the Alahulu Kupuna. We have placed ohe barricades here to allow the vehicles to choose to access through this intersection, a way to funnel them around the tent, back onto the road, and make their way up. Because although the road was open today, we were not given a demand to have this structure removed by today. So I think that's another point that should perhaps be made, is the state has said that they are concerned and they are here for public safety, that they put in barricades for public safety. Yet, if you listen really well, you can hear the machine right now. They're removing those barricades. They have opened a road knowing that there is a tent structure and people there, and they have not demanded that these people be moved right away, and they're giving us a week. So for 1 week, there may be cars trying to make their way up, and we'll be here. And so again, looking at tactics, this could be a tactic. I don't know, I'm not psychic, but my analysis is that this could be a tactic of the state to create pilikia, to create problems, where people, may want to come and may want to make their way right through the Alahulu Kupuna, right through the tents, may not be happy with going to the side. But however, the system that we have in place right now, I am saying we have been, this has been communicated to the Department of Land and Natural Resources, to Lino Kamakau, and at least for now, they have told us that this is fine. So we want to let all people who may be thinking of coming to Mauna Kea to at least be aware of what the situation is here. When you come through this road, please come through carefully. Please come through maka'ala, alertly, and please come through slowly. And as you come through, please know that at a certain point in time, not 50 feet through the intersection, these barricades are here not to stop you, but to funnel you through a safe place and a safe way to access Mauna Kea. So if the state of Hawaii is not going to take precautions to ensure the safety of all the people here, we will, as we have from day one. We will continue to do it because our priority and our reasoning for Kapu Aloha is not just to protect ourselves, it is to protect the general public, it is to protect law enforcement, and it is to protect everybody involved in this situation. Because no matter how hard TMT may try, no matter how much the state may wish this to happen, we will not allow this to divide our families and our communities and our lahui and all those people here in Hawaii. We care for them and their safety as much as we care for us and our safety. We will continue to commit to that, and we will continue to work in that way as we have from day one.